All right, so I think I'm live now. Welcome to my stream. Today I decided to do a pop-up stream because why not? It's my channel. I can do what I want. So normally I'd be drawing or doing some sort of art, but that's usually I keep it on Fridays when I'm live streaming with one of my good friends. And today I decided to pop on and do some writing because we should do some writing, right? We're writers here too. So, I wanted to originally use one of my really cute keyboards, which was this one, but it's not connecting for whatever reason. I can try to connect it, but because I wanted to make it a little bit more like ASMR style, but it was not working in my favor for whatever reason. But we're gonna try again to see if it works this time. But if it doesn't, we're gonna just go the old school way and just use the regular laptop thing, the keyboard. Words are not wording apparently. But yeah, so today I decided to like I said, I wanted to come on and do some sprint writing. I wanted to focus a little bit on that because I feel like I haven't done it in quite some time. And I'm going to talk about certain things that I've incorporated into the story without actually giving spoilers. This is just information about like the specific characters, and like it's just so you guys can be more interested in them somehow, and grow to like my OCs and hopefully relate, or I mean, I don't know if you're related to a vampire and a siren, but like who knows? Maybe I'll talk about a little bit of their origin, how they came to be, or like if you have any specific questions around that, or even around character development or like world building, feel free to ask me and I'll answer to the best abilities that I can. I am not a professional writer. I'm just doing everything as I go. I am learning in the process. So I'm just sharing my journey with you guys. So yeah, but that I'm going to hydrate too because I do talk a lot and sometimes we need some water. Ooh, and I wanted to show y'all. Look how cute this is. This is one of my little stickers that I made back in the days. I say back in the days, but this was a couple of years ago. And I made this one too. I made like a bunch of them, the Switch one. But like the printing quality wasn't great because it wasn't that much of a high quality sticker, like drawing wise. The sticker itself was great. I unfortunately do not support this company anymore though, because my own reasons. But they really did really fantastic stickers. I just no longer support them. They also made this one for me. Oh well, I printed it through them, but yeah. And then I have a bunch of other ones like BTS related ones, and Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Yes, Cell is one of my favorite villains. Suck on that. I know people will be like, why? Because I like him. I don't know. I'm weird, okay? I'm a weirdo. But anyways, I guess this is not connecting. Oh, it is. Okay. I think it did work. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to shift my camera so you guys can see me typing here instead of seeing my screen over here, because I don't want you guys to see that screen because I have some stuff there. Not that there's anything too personal or anything like that, but you know, let's keep it classy. There was something that I was going to look for. Oh yes, I remember now. I was going to look for my document, which I need to write because without it, how am I going to write? So no, don't go to Discord, go to documents. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to pull up my documents now. It says I'm in the wrong email. Yes. Because I do not have access to it because I'm in the wrong email. Yes, let's go to the right email because we want to do that, right? Okay. And then I'm in the wrong story. Of course I am. Oh, goodness. Okay. So I was like I said, so I'm going to talk about, obviously, my story, Roses and Seashells. So it's funny enough, like, sometimes I tend to say the names backwards. So I sometimes say seashells and roses because in reality, this is not quite the final name for the story. This is what I have so far. And maybe I'll keep it, maybe I don't. I mean I dig it. I like the name, and hopefully it'd be good. Like, I don't know. Just so I am going to move my document. I'm going to do a pop out here so I can see my document, but I can also see StreamYard. That way, in case somebody pops in the chat, I can see. And also because of the music, hopefully the music is playing well in the background. Oh, I can do that too. Huh. I didn't know I could do that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I could just do it this way then. I will hold here. All right. That's way better. Okay. And I have way more control and I can open up my document a little bit more. I'm still discovering these things, guys. Like, you know, it's been a whole 6 months and I haven't even done any writing yet, but here we go. But first of all, I don't even think I introduced myself. Hi, my name is Catherine or Kathy. Welcome. And we're actually about to start writing right now. So I'm gonna do a 15-minute sprint, and then when I'm done writing, I am going to talk about a little bit of my story. You're more than welcome to join me during the sprint. You could draw, you can chat and say anything in the chat. If it takes me some time to like write back, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just like writing, but I will answer back eventually. And if you are not drawing and you're writing, you can do that too, or just do something productive. You can have me in the background with the music, or you'll probably hear click 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 clacks and stuff. So anyways, here we go. I'm gonna start my timer. Hopefully I don't reveal anything weird. Here we go. Okay. We're going to start the timer. If I can figure out how to use this timer. And start. Okay. Okay, I think I can start a new chapter here. And we need this one. Chapter. Oh. Oh, is it not working? Oh, did it turn off on me? I think it did. Yeah, I think it's not working. That's unfortunate. I think I might have to change the battery to it or something. Yeah, it's not working. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, you guys are going to see me typing from the old school laptop. That's okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, so we are in a new chapter and it's taking me... Oh, did the timer stop? Oh, I see what's going on. Oh, that really sucks. Oh, okay. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, chapter. And I'm a very slow writer, so don't expect me to like write quickly either. I'll probably take forever, like just to write like 3 sentences. What was the last thing I wrote for this guy? Where's it? Actually, I don't even remember what I wrote. I have to read this from the beginning. Oh, that was loud. Holy cow. All right. So I didn't do a whole lot of writing, but I guess some writing. Like I did a little bit of editing in one of the chapters because I was trying to figure out what I was going to write next. So I guess one of my questions for you guys is when it comes to writing, are you a plotter or are you a pantser? So I think I'm still learning about this, like these words. So a plotter is a person that tends to plan everything, and a pantser, I think, I could be wrong, don't quote me, is a person that kind of goes spontaneously, like they just write. Like I feel like I'm a mix of both. There are times that I do plan certain things. Sometimes it just comes to the mind and I'm like, oh, this is what I want to write. And it's like, do. Or usually it comes to me in inspirations of like my brain works really weird. So like I can see it almost like 3D in my brain. Like I can imagine the world, the characters, how they would be together. And if there's a specific scene, I would see it in my brain before I even either draw it or write about it. And that's how my brain works about all these things. So, how can I write? I think there's a way to write on OBS, which I'm gonna do right now. I want to add some text. Here we go. Text. Okay. What? No. Let's see. Are you a planner or no, a plotter? Plotter. Oops. Plot. Wow. It's right. Do you plan ahead or do you just write as you go? Yep, here we go. Let's choose a different font. Oh, we can do uppercase. No, not lowercase, uppercase. And then we'll put this smaller. Why is this so huge? This is crazy. I don't understand. I don't understand OBS sometimes. This is humongo. Like, why does text have to be so big? There has to be an easier way to do this. Okay. Let me see. No. Edit. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is not. Yeah, no, that's not working out. Okay. Why is this so big? OBS, please make this like easier. Like, why you guys make this so hard? Goodness. I just want to write text on mine. Here we go. It's still too big, but let's make a little bit more smaller. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. I mean, we could probably put it down here. And then I'm going to add one more text so people can understand what's going on. Sprint. Oh, that's not. Why is that? No. Sprint. Writing. I want to change the thing, but I can't. That's okay. And let's make this smaller. Make it a little bit more smaller. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, what I wanted to talk about was how I came up with something that I was struggling with for a while. So there was a situation that one of my characters, which is okay, so it's Sinclair, which he's the vampire, and Rosalina, which is my siren character. Without giving like too much information, without like spoilers, this is like a self-discovery thing for her that she doesn't know she's a siren. She finds out in the story that she is through certain things that happen in the story. And Sinclair is basically one of the reasons why she had her awakening, and he becomes obviously a love interest. So I originally wanted to base the story, the world, around a real city, and a city that I'm familiar with, just because I really don't know how to come up with like fantasy story, like fantasy worlds. They are actually very difficult for me because sometimes you got to come up with names and how they look like. So I wanted to do based on real places that already exist. And there's been quite a few stories that I've read that actually use real places, which is awesome in my opinion, because I was like, man, this makes it a lot easier to figure out what I really want to do. So coming from originally from New York City, I was like, oh, I want to see if I can make these characters live there. But it's going to be quite difficult because it's not only a fantasy story, but it's the city we were talking about. And I wanted to make it in a way that, without giving spoilers, that there was an area of body of water that she would go to, and I wanted him to be around there. And that's the most I can say, because I guess I can kind of, I mean, if I spoil it. You guys, I hope you end up reading it anyways. So basically, I wanted him to live around the water area, but I was like, how would this work if it's in New York? Because in New York, there's not a lot of body of water. There is, but like you either have to be by Manhattan, which is like usually like either around the Hudson River and stuff like that. And then there's like other areas. So I did like my own research, and I was like, well, I want him to be like in a secluded area by a body of water, but nearby Manhattan, like the city, mainly the city, because I wanted them to meet each other through the city. So I just was like, for months I couldn't figure it out. So then I started like, and I did this with my other story, with my sapphic story, that I started like actually looking at like the Google Maps to see if I could find real places in real cities. And for this story, I looked at the Google Maps for New York. So I looked at Manhattan, and I was like, where in Manhattan or like nearby of like there's water and possible maybe like little islands or something. So I did find an island. Like I found 2 islands, and I thought it was really interesting. So I looked into it. I actually made like a map on it. I don't have the map on me right now, but like I made a map on it. I think I might have taken a picture of it, and I showed it to my friend Beanie and one of my other friends, and they're like, make sure like nobody sees this because they're gonna think you're crazy. And I'm like, well, I had to do it to understand what I'm like, when my brain wants to understand. So Beanie was like, you look like that one meme that is like the guy has like a board, like a bulletin board or something, and he has like a bunch of like photos and like things that cross over, and he's like you remind me of the hear me out guy. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then my other friend was like, you look like you're plotting something. And I'm like, well, technically yes, but not like what you think. I'm like, I'm plotting a story, not necessarily something like illegal or bad. I'm like, it's just me trying to be creative and come up with ways that I can world build and stuff. So let me see if I can find the photo of it. I took a picture of it. So okay, so I actually took a screenshot of the. Oh no, this is not the correct one. That's the other one. So come on, I know I have it here somewhere. Okay, let me change the music to this because I think it's just repeating at this point. Okay. Do 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 do. So for this story, I wanted to base it in New York City, but in my other story, even though New York City is mentioned because and the reason why I end up like using New York City is because New York City is the city that I know the most. I was born and raised there, and it's my hometown, so it's my home city. So it's something that I carry proudly, and I love. I truly love New York City. I miss it there. So I write my stories around it. So both of my main C's from both stories from my sapphic, and they're both originally from New York City. So, and they're both Latinas. So it's like it's kind of more based on me if you think about it, but like not entirely everything. It's just obviously things are made up, but the love interests are not from New York. They're for Roses and Seashells, Sinclair, he's actually, I don't know if I want to make him European, like he's a European descendant or something, but I want him to have an accent. So I'm still like working out the parts for that part. And then for my other story, Raven, the love interest, she's actually like Korean. Like she's I don't know if I put that she was born in Korea and then she like lives in the States, or like her family is Korean. So yeah. But anyways, and she's not from New York. She just their situation is they're living in a different state outside of New York City. That's my main character is from New York that moves to PA to go to university, but that's a whole different story. Anyways, so I took a screenshot, and I'm gonna put a really big disclaimer out there. If you ever go to New York's, okay, baby. If you ever go to New York City and you get curious about this, don't get curious, because it's actually illegal to go here. The only reason why I'm gonna put it in my story is because it kind of gave me the idea of like, well, this works because my character, he's a vampire and he's like living in civilization with humans, so he wants to live in a place that no one knows where he's at, because they could potentially harm him. So he wants to live in civilization with the humans, but he doesn't want people to know where he lives. So I took a real place, but here's the disclaimer about this place. It is illegal to be there in real life because it's a hazard, and it's an island in New York. There's two islands. There's a north one and there's a south one, and I think it's called Brothers like Brothers Island. And the wildest part is that it is literally, if you're from New York, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's literally like close by Rikers Island, which Rikers Island is like jail center, like that. So I'm crazy because like, why would I like put this in my story? But I'm like, but it works perfectly because not only it's a secluded area for this vampire character, so people think it's abandoned, but it's really not abandoned because he's living there. So it works out. And then so he lives in one of the little islands in that area, and then the other island, what I was originally going to do, not originally, but what I wanted to do was the bigger island, that could be another civilization area that like demons and humans live together. And I mean, I know it's a spoiler, but I think it's like a good middle ground that not many people know about. I don't know if I'm gonna make it open later, like people find out about it, and I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But Rikers Island is not gonna be Rikers Island. It's gonna be like a different thing. What I'm thinking of doing is that it's gonna be like some sort of realm to enter a different, not world, but like kind of like world, like a different realm. And that's specifically like the demon world, like where other demons live at. And yeah, so I'm like, okay, so this is what originally where Sinclair is from, but he moved closer to human civilization because he wanted to be more closer to humans. Because he's a writer, so he wanted to find his community. So it's gonna I hope, what I'm hoping is that even though it's like a dark romance story, I wanted to have a little bit of comedy too, so it's gonna have like a bit of a humor in it, because he's like, okay, a vampire that he wants like an audience that to be human, like it, like other vampires are gonna look at that like he's being weird, or other demons are gonna laugh at him or something. He's just like, I don't care, this is my life, I lived this amount of years and I just want to do something different. So anyways, yeah, so and I'm gonna show you guys the photo that I did. I just lost it. I just had it, but I lost it. Because I get way too excited when I talk about these things. So again, my friends were like, "You're crazy! Like, why? Like, you're picking that island?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Again, the island is like abandoned in real life. Is a hazard. I think there was like a hospital or something there. It was abandoned, and it was like you can't live there. Like no one can live there in real life, and now it's been taken over by birds or something. According to Google. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna use this island, and I obviously changed things around. I added like 2 extra little islands in there in that area, and then I put like a bridge that goes from the city to the island that Sinclair lives, but there's gonna be like a gate that blocks it, so people can't go into the island, obviously. So, and this is kind of important into the story, because this is where Sinclair and Rosalina have like some sort of encounter, because she's drawn to the water because she's a siren. So yeah. So man, I keep running into the wrong one. Okay, where is it? Hold on. I have so many stuff in my phone. Am I the only one that like has like a bunch of bajillion stuff in their phone? Because oh my gosh, I'm a disaster when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't even know. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. Maybe I'll show you on this side. So this is the map. My ridiculous map. And as you can see, I actually put the real names on it. So I put Rikers Island on it, and I was like, maybe change the name to the location. Like maybe this could be like a dangerous place for demons or something. And then I don't know if you can see it though. Oh my gosh. And then the green area here, that's the North Island. I was like, oh, maybe peaceful in between demons and humans. And then the other island, which is right over here. Oh my god. Right here. The little green area. That's going to be the island that Sinclair lives. And then I put like a line. Oh my gosh. Can't even. That line right here. That long. That's the bridge. And then I put a line in like right like that. That's the cutoff line. And then I added like 2 extra little islands. That's kind of, it's going to be like a tourist attraction area. So, because, you know, New York is known for having a lot of tourists. So I was like, this essentially could be like a tourist attraction because people do go on the boat to go around this island in reality, in real life. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep it kind of similar but not exactly the same. So there's that. So I was like, why not, like make it fun that way, and still keep it kind of real, but then at the same time, um change it up a little bit. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to writing now. I'm gonna look at the chat because I haven't looked at the chat at all. Okay, thought somebody had written. So we're gonna go back to sprint writing for another 15 minutes. I don't know how long I'll be doing this live stream for, but I think I'm gonna try to go for another 15 minutes for writing. I'm probably gonna end up editing instead of writing more. And you guys can join me, like join me in the sprints, and or draw or just engage in the chat. I'll look at the chat whenever I get the chance. So we're gonna start back up and we're gonna hit start on that 15-minute clock and let's go. Wait. Okay.
Oh my god, it's so cute. Wait, I have to.
Okay, Mama.
Let's draw.
All right, that 15 minutes was so quick. It goes by really, really quick for me. So, even though a lot of people are like, don't spoil their story, don't do this, do this, that. Sometimes I wanna. It seems like there's somebody in here, maybe luring, which is fine. I just want to know if y'all want to hear any like like a little bit of a spoiler. Like I could read a page or a paragraph of something. Maybe I should. You know what? Let's do that. I'm gonna read to y'all a passage. Okay. This might change, or it might not. I don't know. We'll see when the editing comes. I hope it just sounds good. It's probably gonna sound terrible because it's the first draft for me. I'm writing and we'll hear a. Oh, okay. Hi. Okay, so I try to sound humorous in this part. Let's see if it sounds good. Don't steal my idea, please. Anyways, I'll read a passage. I'm probably gonna stutter a lot because I'm not really great at reading out loud, but here we go. I was like, okay, so this is from Sinclair's point of view because this is his chapter. So the chapters go by character's point of view, so it's him and her, like Rosalina, but this chapter is him. So I began to walk to my booth, and I'm supposed to be this badass vampire with a cool and mysterious demure, a word I picked up recently. Much like other vampires, but deep down I was a wreck. My pulse raced, and I sensed it all over her. She's definitely different from a lot of others. Normally, I have my guard up with other supernaturals. Sorry if I'm reading weird. I can't see very well right now. I don't have. Okay, I don't know what happened. In fact, I don't even know what's going on with my camera right now. That is so strange. Hold on, let me check on OBS real quick. Maybe it's OBS. That was not cool. It just started acting up on me. Oh no, that's not what oh, here we go. Okay. That was so strange. Okay, I gotta fix my other camera too. There we go. No. Here we go. Okay, I think it's working now. I hope. Let me know if it's working now. I think it is. All right, so let me reread this. For the top. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So I begin to walk over to my booth. I was supposed to be this badass vampire with a cool, mysterious demure. A word I picked up recently. Much like other vampires. But deep down, I was a wreck. My pulse raised, and I sensed it all over her. She was definitely different from a lot of others. Normally, I am guarded with other supernaturals, but she also was so freaking gorgeous and alluring. My guard dropped so fast with her. Why was that? It didn't seem like she was doing it on purpose. Or was she? A tingly sensation creeped up, and it was like a sense of excitement and arousal. I was hoping that she came by again or contacted me. This felt like a dangerous game right now. The danger that came with it could expose who I am. But good job, baby. I have my daughter here too. Okay, where was I? But then again, I think I meant to say, but then again, a deeper and darker side of me enjoyed it and wanted to learn and look more into it. Grinning to myself, oh my gosh, my eyesight is terrible. Grinning to myself, Mama, I need you to sit down, okay? Oh my gosh. Grinning to myself, I can feel my fangs slowly coming in. I wanted to, trigger warning, by the way, this is an adult story. I wanted to, I lost it. Of course I did. I wanted to feel her flesh bared in my teeth, and I wanted to taste her on my tongue. I felt the thrill like I haven't felt this thrilled in a very long time. My mind started to feel, oh my gosh, my reading. My mind started to feel foggy, and I wanted to talk to her more. Instead, I walked away because my body was about to malfunction. My energy shift, and I sat back on my chair. Sweat began to come slowly. Sweat began to slowly come down my face, and this could be bad. My mind spun. Feeling her skin against my hand, it almost did something to me. She has such an alluring pull. What was she? I needed to grab something from my bag before I went insane. In order for me to stay stable minded, I needed to stay cool and be like the humans as much as possible. It was important for me, but this woman, she shifted everything in my mind. That's what I have for that one. Yeah. And that's a long, I feel like there's gonna be like, little tweaks here and there for that part. Um there was a lot going on, but not a lot going on, if that makes sense. I wanted to make it in a way that people understand that there's a lot going on through his head, and I'm figuring it out because I'm not an expert writer. I'm also trying to learn how to show, not tell so much. So I'm working on that. And yeah. And this is chapter 6. This is not even the very, very, very beginning of it. Like the very beginning, he was freaking out about her too. So he's kind of like, he looks like a very, like vampires are supposed to be like this cool and like scary kind of characters. He is to some extent, but he really is like a fluffy guy internally. He's like this fluff ball, and he falls hard for her. So yeah. And is very, very, very much attracted to her in many, many, many different ways. So again, this is an adult story. I don't know how old you are, so I don't know who you are. I don't know how old you are, so I apologize if this is too much. But like, yeah, it is an adult story. So sounds good. See, I only wrote that part like that because I wasn't I don't know how I want to word it yet. So it's like I'm still in the first draft. So it's like eventually I'm gonna go back to this part, like all the parts, and like rewrite like some of the stuff. Oh, you're 21. You're good. Okay, cool. As long as you're an adult, like 18 and over, y'all. Because my stories are definitely not for kids. Got it. Yeah, so yeah, I get what you mean, like the again, show not tell. But like I haven't found the right words for that, if that makes sense. I will eventually. I'm in first draft, so I'm just writing as I go. And again, like I'm more of like I'm kind of both like a planner or plotter, and also a person that just kind of goes with, like, this part completely just came to me when I wrote it the first time, because I was like, well, I don't know how I'm gonna have them interact, and then how is he gonna react afterwards. So I just like started writing, and that's what came out, and I'm like, okay, I kind of like it. So we'll see if that's gonna be the final thing. But yeah. So, are you writing your own stories? Because I saw that you're writing, and what type of writing are you doing? How far in you're in? Tell me about your journey. I guess I could show you guys also for those. Well, I could show you. I don't know if you ever seen my art or anything, but I can show you some of the artwork that I've done for it. Like I do both on Procreate and on Clip Studio. So actually I can show you the map a lot better now. Maybe there you go. I don't know. You can see it there. That's the map. I drew it originally on Procreate. But yeah. Let me see. So gonna have to get rid of the sketch part for this, because why is the sketch showing? Oh, that's not it. Ah, here we go. So this is Rosalina. I don't know if you can see her there, but like I drew her, the one with the pink hair side. This is like her like human side, and then the red hair part is like her siren side. So she's a little bit more I wouldn't say evil, because she's not really. Oh, that's kind of giving it away, but she's not really evil, but like she could be if she wanted to. And Sinclair, I think I have all the drawings of Sinclair in my clip studio. That's what it is. And then, actually, I have some actual drawings like on paper. And then I have this other drawing. This is one of the first drawings I did of Rosalina, her in the bathtub. And then she has like letters here. This is how this whole thing started. Like, I put baby girl Rosalina and like dearest Rosalina. So I was like, ooh, and then that's how that started. Like, that was, so this is one of the origins of how this character came to be. One of the origins. There are other things, which again, like, this is more adult. So I wanted to do a spicy romance. So I was like, and came up with this character, and then the vampire, and then I got some ideas from like a friend, because we spoke about certain things, but I'm not gonna talk about that. And yeah, and then that's how the story came to be, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, because so a lot of the inspiration that I got from like writing wise is from the books that I've read. So Lights Out is one of those ones. Really love Vanessa Allen, I think her last name is. And she has her third one from that series. So it's Lights Out, Caught Up, and Mask On, I think is the new one. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then another story that I really liked, it's, but I don't remember the name of it, but it's like the main MC, the male, he's a fae, like he's a king of faes, and then he falls in love with this one girl that he does a deal with, because he is known to be like this dealer guy. Like, he does favors for people, but then you have to owe him back. Kind of like, if you ever seen Once Upon a Time, the show, he's basically like Rumpelstiltskin. Oh my god, I can't even pronounce his name right now. Rumple. He's kind of like how he is. Like, he's like a dealer. He's like a person that he'll do favors, but like you owe him. You know, like you'll have to owe him. And then anything Jessica Cage does, I really like. She has like this this whole series that was really good. And then the series That Time I Got Drunk and Save a Demon, I really like that one. So a lot of the stories that I've read, I like are like not direct inspirations, but they kind of creeped up. They're like, they helped me get inspired to write this story specifically. So yeah. And then there's this drawing which I haven't finished. I will show eventually. So that's Sinclair right there, and that's Rosalina. And then there's a mirror right behind them. So you can't see him, obviously, because he's a vampire. And then you can see her true form, which is the siren. There. So, yeah, there's that. My style of drawing is more like manga style. I would love to do more realistic style, but I don't know how to do that. So, there's that. And then I think, let me see if I can find. Actually, I can show you. Oh, good job, Sumi. Looks really nice. My daughter's drawing.
Is that you?
Is that me?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So, don't know if you can see it there, but here you go. I have quite a few things that I've worked on. Oh my gosh, you guys can't even see it. I'll show you this way. So there's quite a few things that I've worked on. Like these are like for trends, like those audio trends. So I did like a few of those for the I read accidentally summon a demon. That's the one I was talking. Oh, that was the one. I actually have it up here on my bookshelf. I have when I accidentally, you know what? Let me just pull it out. Yeah, I haven't read the third or the fourth one yet because I haven't finished the second one. But basically, this is the first one. I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend. Funny, really funny book. I really liked it. And then I'm actually on this one. Love Domino. Love this character so much. So this one's like I accidentally hooked up with a vampire, which honestly I had the idea of like the siren and the vampire thing for a while, but this is one of the books that encouraged me to basically actually writing it. And another book that she has called Siren's Call, which I'm going to show in a second. And then there's this one. I accidentally hired a shadow walker. And then she has another one that just came out, which I haven't bought the physical copy yet, which I will eventually. But love Jessica Page. So the other book that I was talking about, which is also another book by her, this is a high fantasy one. Siren's Call. Love this book. This one has 4 volumes, but I've only read 2 of them because I also like to listen to the audios because I'm not really a fast I'm not a fast reader, so I would take forever. But I have so many books that are like really so good. And yeah, her books have comedy elements, so I see the inspo. I gotta read the vampire one. Been obsessed with Sinners since it came out. I'm telling you, Jessica's so good. So funny thing about Jessica is that I don't know her personally, but I've been like connecting with her online and stuff. So she's actually friends with another friend of mine, which I know from online. Because her and she's a little bit older than I am. She and I were in the same like marketing group in a way. And she's also a writer. Like she's a ghostwriter, and she's done like, I actually have her book right over here too. And I know she would mention Jessica in her live streams and stuff like that because they were friends and they were doing like some project together. And that's how I was introduced to Jessica. And then I started following Jessica, and then I started like buying her books because I was like, you know what? You know, I want to see what she's about. And her vibe was like very much like, when I see her live, I feel like she's like a friend because she's like, she has that millennial vibe that I'm with it. Try not to curse. I'm with it. So there's that. So she had like, when I started reading her books, like the first one, I was like, oh my god, this has that vibe that I really like. The other book that's kind of like that there was unfortunately some backlash because some people were saying that supposedly she copied another author, which I don't think that's the case. I think it's a type of trope. So I think that's what it was. That it's just like, it's a similar trope. So a lot of people assume, but they're not. The books are nothing alike because I've read both of the books. So I'm talking about that time when I got drunk and saved the demon, or a dragon, I think what's called. Yeah, Save the Demon. And then there's another one called That Time I Eat a Love Potion at a Werewolf, which I freaking love that book too. Has also that comedy, that spicy, and that romance. So I was like, I want to do a story like that. It's probably not going to be exactly like the way, like that type of trope that they've made. But maybe in the future I will. I don't know. But it was really interesting. So yeah, like that's it, I guess. So that's what I wanted to share. And there was something I was supposed to share, a drawing, and I forgot to. Here we go. This is it. So when I first drew Rosalina, this was the drawing I did of her. Right here. That one. I can't. I mean, I could expose the other one, but it is kind of adultish. Not that she's completely like nude or anything, but she's let's just say that there's a bit of besides like spice, there's a bit of a BDSM in the story. There's a light BDSM that goes on in the story, and she's kind of, oh, that's so pretty. Good job, my daughter. Remember to show? Okay, but you have to sit here. Yeah, I'll show everybody. My daughter wants me to look her drawing. She's 6. Hey, that's my drawing. Did you sign it? You gotta sign it. You gotta put your name. Remember, always put your name on your drawings. So there's like light BDSM, so she's kind of tied up on this. So yeah. Anyway, so this was the first drawing I did of her. I wanted to make her like plus size, mid-size character. I couldn't figure it out at the time. I ended up making her plus size, even though she doesn't really look it here in these original drawings. And the reason why is because I'm plus size, and so why not? So I guess at times she might look more mid-size than plus size, but it's like, you know, not every plus size person in reality looks like.
Look at this.
Yeah, good job, mama. I love it.
YouTube.
She wants me to show y'all again. There we go. And then she did some drawings in the back too, I think. Yeah, yesterday. That was yesterday, right? That was yesterday's drawing. But yeah, so that's Rosalina, and then Sinclair's original. Where we go? Where are we? This is Sinclair's original sketch right here, with the top hat and all that. I'm gonna draw him eventually with the top hat, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to have his hair back slick like this or like forward the way I've been drawing it, like more curly. So I decided, I was like, when he has his hair back like that, it's usually when he's at home. At home, or he's wearing his hat. That's what I was thinking. I was like, that's where I'm gonna go with. Tell her it's amazing. Yes, it's amazing. They're saying that it's amazing, Sumi. And then I have another drawing of Sinclair right over here with a cup of. I haven't finished the drawing, but like, with that's gonna be a cup. Well, like some sort of cup of, not wine, the other red substance. And then, you know, more sketches of them. I have like a bunch of sketches that I'm working on. I haven't quite finished. And I have this one that I've been working on like for the last 2 weeks. I drew on the live stream yesterday. And yeah, but anyways, those are the characters, 2 main characters. There are obviously other characters in the stories. They're gonna have eventually an antagonist, which not really antagonist, like a bad guy. Essentially, we have other side characters. One character that I can mention, which I don't know, I feel like I did draw her once, but I haven't really drawn her, which is her friend, her best friend. And her best friend, and this is a little spoiler that I'm going to put out there, her best friend and her are big book readers, much like how I really am in real life. And they talk a lot about dark romance and like fantasy stories in the book, in the actual story at the beginning of the story. And yeah, that's how they get introduced essentially into the story. So yeah. Oh my god, thank you so much for, what is your name, if you don't mind me asking, if you don't mind sharing, or if you go by like a nickname or something? Because I see his user 1 point that I don't think that's your name. I mean, if you again, or if you have like a pen name or a username, not a username, like was it an artist name? But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, though. I really do appreciate it. And I just realized my music has been looping this whole time. Cause I hear the ding, 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 like in the background. I'm like, oh no, it's still playing the same song. That was not supposed to happen. It was supposed to like change the music. I'm Tenny? Or I hope I'm pronouncing that. I'm sorry if I'm. Oh, great! You write oh my god. Okay, what kind of fan fictions do you write? It's funny how you mention facts because you know I feel like a lot of writers start with fan fiction. Like a lot of big writers, like who was it? The lady that did Steph, I think it was Stephanie. I'm terrible with names. The lady that did Twilight. She started off Twilight as a fan fiction, which was a fan fiction based on 50 Shades of Grey. I think that's what it was. Or was it the other way around? I don't remember. I think it was that. So it's crazy. So I mean, obviously that's one case. There's a lot of writers though that start off with fan fiction. I know I used to read so many fan fictions back in the day, like when I was in high school, a ton. And ooh, I don't think I've seen Sinners. Is that a TV show or a movie? Black Panther. Oh, nice. I remember actually back in the days there was a website called Quizilla, and even though it was like around like making quizzes and stuff, a lot of the stuff that they used to do was like fan fiction games. So I don't know if you know what like what are like those dating sim games that they have like for anime and stuff like that. So they used to do it a lot. So it'll be like fan fiction based, but like while you're doing the game, but it's all through like Quizilla, so you're answering questions and stuff like. So it was really interesting. So essentially, you make like a story while you're doing the fan fiction stuff. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a movie, a vampire. Ooh, but so much more. I'm gonna have to look into this one. I had no idea. I'm really behind with movies and shows. I honestly, what I'm watching right now, it's like not actual like fantasy stuff. It's 911 on Disney Plus. So I'm watching that right now. 911. I'm like on season 6 on it because there's like 9 seasons out. So like yes, like role playing. Exactly. I used to be a big role player back in the days. I wish I could still do that, honestly. I wish I could find a community that would do that. I mean, I'm in my 30s, but I don't mind. I back in high school, I used to do it with my friends on paper. Like we used to like draw on paper and like role play that way in high school. And then when I started getting more savvy with like online, I used to do it online. At some point, I used to do it on Tumblr. Like, me and my friends were like, I used to do mainly OCs, but I would do certain characters that I really liked too. And I remember I did one character, which her name was Ringo. Oh, which, by the way, I think I'm gonna draw her ones. Ringo, and she was from an anime called Air Gear. It was one of my favorite mangas at the time, and I did a whole profile of her like on Tumblr, and then my friends did the same with like the same anime, and we all used to like, it was like a group of us would role play on Tumblr with these characters. miss doing that kind of stuff. It was really fun. I think that was another gear of like helping me getting into storytelling and writing. Because I've always been like terrible with grammar and all that stuff, but like stories in my brain is like, and I can imagine like worlds, like I said earlier. Wow, good job. Oh my goodness, she wants me to show y'all again. She colored it in this time. Oh, that's really nice, actually. It looks really nice on. Good job. Looks really nice, baby. So that's neat. I want that to come. Oh my gosh, I wish if there was a way. Like, I have a Discord though, so I have a Discord, and if I can find people that want to roleplay, and obviously we have to make sure that if it's a section that it has to be like appropriate, and then there's another section. Oh my god, I got so scared. To be careful, mama. Another section for maybe more adult like roleplay. That's different, but like obviously everybody should keep it safe. This is where it gets tricky, but maybe I'll build it in my Discord. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But we could talk about it more in the future and definitely come up with an idea or something, because it is such a great idea. I used to love role playing. I think I even have like old emails of like my passages that I used to write on my role plays, like my intros to start it. And if I could find it, I'll definitely share it next time. It's probably going to be pretty cringy though, because this was written like more than 15 years ago. But yeah, if you think that's a good idea, let me know. And guys, please don't forget to like the live stream, because it does help. It does help. It does help. But yeah, with that said, I think I'm gonna wrap it up today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for showing the love. I really appreciate it. I usually am on live with one of my close friends on Fridays around this time, a little bit earlier than this time. So I don't know where you're at, but like for me it's the East Coast. So 9:30-ish. I say 9:30, but 9:30-ish because sometimes we're a little late because of tech or whatever the case is. Fridays 9:30, we're usually live. And we talk and we draw, and you're more than welcome to chit chat with us in the chat, because we want people to be part of it. So bring the cringe, yeah. Make sure to follow me here and stay tuned and stuff. I'll be back on the weekend. Well, the Friday again. Probably, who knows if I'll make another pop-up here. Because I'm trying to go live a little bit more often. So no, thank you for stopping by, and I appreciate it. All right, for those who are watching the replay, if you made it this far, don't forget to like and let me know, are you a planner or are you a person that just goes for it, just writes? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Love y'all. Bye. Keep writing, my friends. Bye.